Hey y'all, it's your girl Auda, and I am coming to y'all with another Auda Speaks. Yes, welcome back to another pod episode. Thank y'all for tuning in and listening. We are going to be talking about life, right? And more specifically, how things happen in life to get your attention, to help you to see what you need to work on and fix, and the things that you need to appreciate more. More specifically, how the things that happen to you, around you, are not coincidental. I am a person who used to feel like everything happened for a reason. Growing up now and just getting into more of, I'm almost hitting my 30s, I'm noticing that it's not necessarily everything that happens for a reason, because there are bad things that God just does not want to happen at all. But some things that we encounter in life, you really have to pay attention to because it's not coincidental. A lot of times things are happening to catch our attention, to make us lock in or make us reflect on what we could be doing to appreciate things more, appreciate life more. And sometimes things that happen around you are happening so that you could take a look at your life and say, hey, like, am I appreciating my time? Am I appreciating the time I have, the health I have? My aunt was just telling me the other day, because we lost a cousin, and she was just saying, if anything that's taught me is to not wait to tell people things, tell people you love them today. Tell them that they're on your mind today. Let them know what's in your heart about them today. Do not wait and let it linger and let it linger and let it linger. And so that's what I've been working on. I'm a girl who's always just loved to soak up wisdom and just get any wisdom, get any tips from my OGs, my older cousins, etc. And I just feel like when they tell you something, listen. When they tell you something, listen. When you see stuff happening around you, whether it's good or bad, pay attention to that, because oftentimes it's not coincidental. Sometimes we may think, dang, ain't that crazy that such and such happened? It's like, no, it's not crazy, because it was supposed to happen, because it's not coincidental. And so when you just move through life, paying attention to the signs, being on lookout to understand, to get a deeper understanding of what's going on in you and around you, and also just checking on the people that you love, as far as just how they're doing and the things that are happening in their ecosystem too, because a lot of times they may need to hear some encouragement, or they may need to hear a word that you have to impart into them. So if there's ever something, somebody need to hear this for real. Like, if there's ever something that you just all of a sudden get in your mind, get in your body, get in your spirit, was like, nah, I need to tell them this. Tell them immediately. Do not let it linger on. Do not let it go into another day and another day and another day. Because the more that you understand that we are vessels for creation, for the Holy Spirit, for the mind, body, and soul to impart into others. Really, this is all a big ecosystem for encouragement for all of us. So it's like when you hear something in your brain and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to tell blah, 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 or I meant to tell you. Don't let it be a moment where you're like, dang, I forgot what I was going to say to you because you waited too long. This is not coincidental. So, and I know to some people, y'all probably like, girl, what is you talking about? But the ones that know, because there's somebody that need to hear this, like, it's not coincidental, okay? Whatever episodes is being dropped is being dropped for y'all to hear and understand and listen, okay? So, understand that whatever you get, and sometimes we gaslight ourselves and say, you know what, that sounds a little bit crazy. And sometimes you might just got to tell the person and be like, you're going to think I'm crazy, but X, Y, and Z, because I'll do that. I don't care. You may think I'm crazy, but X, Y, and Z. And every time that I've said that, we're the person that I'm talking to, we're on the same lines, or we're on the same, like, they're like, oh, I needed to hear that. Oh, I really was thinking about that. Exactly. Because it's not coincidental. So you have to honor the brain and mind that you have, that God gave you. You have to honor whatever you're getting inside of you to create, to do, to move on, because it is not coincidental. And when you treat it as coincidental, you mess up the mark, you mess up the timing, you mess up the alignment that is to take place, because you're not moving on these things, you're not speaking on these things. And that's just another reason why I created this podcast, because I have a lot of things that I've experienced, and I feel like I've been finding myself just kind of being more quiet, not speaking on things, not talking about things. And it's like when you go through things, it's not just for you, it's to share with other people so that they can learn and also not go through the same things if it's bad. So that's another reason why I wanted to open up this podcast to just share things with y'all. Sometimes we go through seasons in life where we feel like we're going through the same things over and over again, or around a certain time, there's something, the same thing always happens. That's when we really have to assess things and see, like, hey, what is it? What is the pattern? What is the cycle that I'm going through that I'm not paying attention to? It's not coincidental that you feel like you're going through something over and over again. It usually means that there's something that you got to pay attention to. And so, just taking life's lessons, learning from them, sharing life's lessons, because in the past, I felt like I used to be a person that needed to learn things the hard way. Like, I gotta go through it to learn it. It's like now with my brain functions fully developed, fully in adulthood, it's like, girl, no. If I can learn a lesson, a moral of a story from somebody else's story without having to go through it, without having to without having to live through it and it feel like it's times 10, then I'm all for it. But I used to be like, yeah, sign me up for the strongest soldier package. No, never again. No. It's now, the time to really just take other people's things that they're going through and say, hey, it's okay. I don't want that for me. Or, hey, they taught me this and they taught me, hey, with what they went through, don't move like this. And so you just got to pay attention to that, because stuff is not coincidental. And the more you move through life understanding that, the more you'll feel less taken by surprise by things when they happen. The more you'll feel equipped, the more wisdom you'll be able to use, because wisdom is not just having that understanding and the knowledge, but the wisdom is also being able to apply that and use it through your life. So yes, pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the signs. And this even is when it comes to people. When you are on a path of trying to do the right thing, grow, elevate to the best self that you can be, you have to pay attention to the things and people that may come up as distractions. And you have to pay attention to that cycle, because that happens. You got to notice. As you reaching your goals, you're going to meet you some foes, okay? So, because it's not coincidental that as you feel like you're trying to save, as you feel like you're trying to grow and work on yourself and elevate your life, that the distractions come, or the people that look like toxic, fun, bad habits come. Like, it's never coincidental that it happens at the same time. It's sent. It's sent to deter you. It's sent to take you off your path. It's sent to get you off your square. So this is just important to remember, to understand, to pay attention to the signs when it comes to things, to be a person who's a student of life, learning from other situations and the things around you and the people that you love and that's in your life's ecosystem, learning from their lessons, learning from their blessings, because we could all learn from each other. And it's always good to be a student in life and understanding that you can pay attention and learn something new. But if you don't pay attention, you'll have to learn that said thing over again. So yeah, y'all, this is today's episode. It's not coincidental. It's not a coincidence. Pay attention to them signs. Pay attention to them flags, okay? On them plays. So yes, y'all, I hope this episode was insightful for y'all. And share, comment, press that hype button if you see it. Send this to somebody it may resonate to. Post it to your community tab. Don't be scared. Spread the love. Support my endeavors, okay? And I will see y'all in the next episode.